remind you by the following: character array, an array whose components are of type character. Okay, and we have at the end of each array null terminator. It is a null terminated, so there is a character. Actually, this character is unseen. It's unseen, and it's /0, and this one is string terminator. Is the string terminator. Okay, we have talked about this in our last lecture. Now here A, as you can see, is surrounded by single quotes, so it's a character. It's a basic data character, but if we have surrounded this between double quotes, that means we have saved this character inside an array, and now the array contains two characters, A and string terminator symbol. So to declare C string character array variable, use always char array name maximum size +1. Maximum size +1. So if you are going to deal with a name of 10 character, you have to define or declare an array of 11 character, because you want to take in your account this character. Now here are some examples of defining arrays of character. Char is 1 of 10, and we have also defined this one. Char is 2 hello. Char is 2 hello. So these are some examples of how to define array of character. And also we have talked about classes, string class, and we said that instead of dealing with array of character, we can treat the string as a basic data type, and we can define the string is3 high is for hello. For the two-dimensional array, we have talked about this actually with the string, but we focus on this topic inshallah in our next week. So the task for the two-dimensional, we will not solve today the task for the two-dimensional array. We are going inshallah to solve the task related to strings. Now here for task 1, I am now in task 1. So please read the task. It is about reversing a string. You need to enter a string, and you want to you have to print it on the screen in reverse order. So according to sample output here, we have to enter hello world, and then we have to print it in a reverse order. As you can see here, we have reversed the string. So this is our first task for today. As the hint in this task, use C string. Use C string. So now please go ahead and try to solve the first task here. I will give you in this 10 minutes in this task 1, use C string. Then we, as always, we will go to show you the solution quickly. But please, if you have any errors or compilation error, or you have any problem, please tell me about this. Please tell me about this and share the screen with me. And if you have solved the task, you can share your screen with your colleague. Okay, so we will start from now. I will give you in this task 10 minutes. Go ahead, guys. Task number 1. As always, if the screen is frozen or there is something wrong, please, Abdullah, I hope he's here. He can tell me that the screen is frozen.
Doctor?
Yes?
I have a question, but not about task 1. It's like general question in C++. Can I ask?
Yes, if I have an answer, I will answer it. Yes, go ahead.
Okay. I see some programmers use this thing when I include. I will send it to the chat.
Conio? You mean about Conio?
No, it's bits/std C++h. I don't know what is this. What does this mean or
It is just a library here. If you are including something, send it by email or share the screen. I don't know.
I send it in the chat, Doctor.
So maybe if this is a library here, it's something. It is a library related to bits, but I didn't use it myself. It contains, of course, a lot of function to deal with the bits. Now in C++, there is something called, if I am right, this is from, and I am answering now, but I am not sure because I didn't use this library. But in C++, we can deal with bits. You know what do I mean by that? For example, if we have number 8 and and number 8 is represented in the binary code, for example, 11010, okay? Are you with me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, we can shift the bits. We can shift the bits. So maybe there are some live function to shift these bits. Now in C++, we have, and C actually, we have these symbol here. We have and we have also this one. These called, if you read about them, these are bit operator, shift operator. You can shift just the bits of anything and change the value. Shift. But for this library, I didn't use it like this. Bits std C++.h. It is just a library. What you need to do here is to search for this library, if it exists, and you will find the related function for it. Let me Google it for you, and I will Google it for you. Or I will just here. Here in the Greek and the Greeks. I will try to find standard library. So if you are searching for this, you have to go and actually sometimes they tell you you have to include it using std C++.h. It is, I think, the standard library, the standard one. For maybe stdin and stdout, if you know this library. But what about the bits here? I will search for some function here. If there is a library, if there is some methods here, you can find. There are actually a lot of libraries in C++, so that you cannot cover all of these until you use them. But I am just searching for what function or methods inside. But I think it's related to bits. to bits and how to shift bits. I think, I'm not sure.
Yeah, okay, but we will not use it in this lecture or in our semester, right?
In our no, in our slides this is not exist actually, no, and in our it is not يعني, required to in our course, but you just hear. I am curious now to know what's this library about. I think maybe based on this, it is a header file that includes standard library in programming contents. Using this file is a good idea when you want. This is in Google. I am not reading from a book now.
Yeah.
When you want to reduce the time wasted in doing course. So I think this library contains a lot of library here, a lot of or mix a lot of library together. But let me check here again. I think it makes basically a header file that also include every standard library. So it is a library, it is based on some answer, okay?
Yeah,
A library includes every standard library, okay?
So it's very useful.
It is somehow, I don't see it as not useful, it is up to you, but some of the developers say it includes a lot of unnecessary stuff and increases compilation time. Okay. Maybe it contains a lot of other libraries, or contains function for a lot contains function and methods for many libraries. So they are telling you that it wastes the compilation time also. If you use should include which you may need to increase both compilation time and the program size. So you need to increase the compile time and the program size in this. Will not compile and some compiler or some programmer are not some framework actually cannot compile it correctly. So you need to add another lines of code. So this is for now. This is for now. But actually, I could not see any specific function for maybe.
Yeah, I see them using strings like this one, task one. They can use it with the C++ string. It actually works. So
yes, it is a standard library. Yes, it includes a lot of library, and it's mainly related to bits, how to shift bits, as I mentioned in the chat. Okay. Now, if you want, if you want to use this in strings and it contains a lot of any other function, that's okay. But this one is not required here. So this is the programming. If you want to learn, you must read a lot about the programming, and for sure you need when you want to program, you might face some problem, and of course you want to check all the library in C++ until you want a function that fix your problem. So we cannot cover all of these, or I cannot cover all of these header file. And actually, we used in our master exam and bachelor, and also in our as a developer, you can, if we need something, we have to search for it. So we cannot study everything inside any programming language. We just teach you how to start swimming, and you will swim again later. You got that?
Yeah, of course.
So if you need this in the future, or you need any library, you have to search for this library actually. But mainly, I think it is related to bits, for shifting bits. But here in Stack Overflow and the Greeks side, they said this is a standard library and contains a lot of other libraries. So it increased the compilation time. Now, there are, as I said, some symbol like the one I have chatted with you. These are related to bits. They are called bits operator. So we can deal with these symbol to shift the bits and change the value. Okay. That's all for now, actually.
Thank you, Doctor.
You're welcome. Okay. Now, for task number 1 here, you have to enter the string and okay. So now for task 1, I think we have consumed more time about on this task. Now we will go to the solution quickly. Can you see the solution now? We have task number 1 solution. As you can see here, we have included the C string library here, including IO stream and including C string. Okay, and we are using namespace std. Based on our task, we have to use C string. Now, I have defined array of type character, and also I have defined another array to contain the reverse string. Myself, I don't think this is necessary here. Okay, you can print the reverse string without using another array. However, here we have defined the length of the string. We have entered the string, which is str, and we have returned the length of the string here. Then we start put it in the reserved array here. We can print it directly. If you want to put it in another array, that's okay. Now we started from len of I. Now string of 0 here, string of 0 in the reserve array, we will save it the length minus I. So if the array size is equal 9, we will, if the string length is equal 9, we will start from 8, and we will start from 0 to 8. If the array string is equal 7, we will start from the length minus 1, and we will remove the string terminator here, and we will print the array like this. So here I am reserving the array. I can use the for loop here in reverse order without using another array and print the character by character. But based on them here, they want to save it here inside an array and printed this string as the whole or as a whole array here. So here what we are trying to do here is to print print the array of character and in reverse order. So here, for example, if we are starting, if the length of the string is, let's say it is 9, so the len here will be len minus 1, which is 8, because we are going to start from 0 now to 7. So we have here 0 to 8. 0 to 8 here. If the length of the string here is 9, I will just draw it. We have here str14 and the reserve array here. So the length here will retain the size of the string minus 1. If I have entered any number, it will be, for example, hello. Okay. So here the length of the array, the string here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 minus 1, which is 4. Okay. So I will start from 0 to 4 and take element number, sorry for this one. And here we will take element number. Let me just remove this. Like that. So I can take here I will start here from len minus 1 minus I. For example, I is 0, so 4 minus 0, here 4 minus 0, which is 4, will be saved inside character number 0. Then 3 will be saved inside character number 1, and 2 in 2, and also we have 1 will be saved in 3. So this is what would happen here. 4 will be saved in 0, and 3 will be saved in 1, and 2 in 2, and 1 in 3. Then I have printed it, as you can see. So please quickly try to apply this one, and we will go to another, inshallah, task number 2. To task number 2. Because I'm going to ask some question here, but just I want to pay your attention to some statements here. To some statements. Okay, I will clear the drawing now. I hope that you have understood the first task here. Now, can we do a reverse thinking? We want to reverse our thinking, or think in a backward way. Can we do that today in the second example? What do you think? Do you want to do this? And let's read the answer and figure out what is the question. Well, inshallah, I hope that you are. Maybe Ziyad and Abdullah with me only. Are you with me, guys? Now.
Yeah, yes, doctor.
Okay. I want now, this the first task. I hope that you have finished it, inshallah. It is not difficult one, it's easy. We are reversing here the order, and this is the trick here, the relation between 4i len minus r, which is 4 and 0. Then, as I have mentioned, 10, 3, 1, 2, 2, and 1, 3. So this is the relation here, and we have used this strlen. Before I go to task 2, can anyone, if you remember, tell me what is the function that we have used in string instead of strlen? What is the name of the function that we are using instead of strlen inside the string library other than string? Do you know? Yes.
I think it's str cat.
No, length. str, if you remember, actually dot length. As a student, you need to remember actually. But for me as instructor, يعني programming is not for يعني memorizing، مش بالحفظ هي، لكن انت كطالب لازم تحفظ بعض الاشياء. بس you have to understand it is str.length if you remember. And if you refer to the slide, you can find this string.length. String.length, okay? And this function actually exists in Java, JavaScript, Python, I think. Java and JavaScript, actually. This one. In Visual Basic, for example, there is a function called len. VB, Visual Basic, len. Okay. Why I remember this? Because I have used them a lot, okay? But if I did not use them, of course I will forget them. But you as a student, you have to remember them for your exams. Okay, but you will see that if you work as a developer, you don't have to remember everything. You will use a library, then after 2 months you will forget it and you will use it again. This is common because you are losing a lot, or you are writing a lot of lines or a lot of codes, a lot of, and you are using a lot of functions. So now this is the first task. Now anyone can tell me what about task 2? In this program we are generating a password. طيب anyone other than Abdullah, can anyone tell me? يلا يا زياد، يلا زياد نشيط اليوم. Think about this, Ziyad.
Yeah, I'm thinking that. I know it's about password, but I want to think what is it.
يلا try it. Anyone other than Ziyad and Abdullah? Where are the others? Right. What is? Let's just try to divide our problem. Here we are entering strings. I think you know what is this. We are entering here.
I figured, Doctor, I think he will take the full age and the full name and the password, but in the first and middle name, he will divide by 2. I don't know why. Maybe he take 2 characters from it.
Yes. Now we are dividing the 2. What we are dividing here? If name dot length divided by 2.
The length of the first name divided by 2.
So here we are returning number, right? I don't know who's talking. Ziyad?
Yeah, it's me, Ziyad.
Yes, we are returning here number, صح؟ هنا راح يرجع number وهنا راح يرجع number. If you remember اللينث هذه بترجع integer. صح؟ إذا بتتذكروا I have said this in the lecture. If you return to my recording, this one return integer. So integer by integer will return what? Integer.
Integer, yeah.
Yes. So this one will return integer here. طب what about add? شو هذا الآد؟ تتذكروا هذا تكلمنا عنها بتشبه الآي كده. الموقع صح؟ تشبه الآد. كأنك بتقول له هنا you are saying in this case that you are returning character, a string character at this index and save it here in the password.
Yeah.
So I am going to what? I am going to take the here.
The first name.
Let's say the character in the middle of the first name, صح? تقريبا في الميدل، إلا إذا كان اللينث odd أو even something different will be. يعني إذا كان اللينث للstring odd أو even we had to do something different. But because we are always dividing two integer, we will return what? Integer. So here we are returning the character of the middle of the first password. So if my first name is, for example, I don't know if Ali, for example, Ali, so I will return this one, L, because the length is 3, 3 divided, the length will be 4 with the string terminator here, no. So I will return, for example, of Ahmad, or not Ali, we want something even to be more clearer. Let me just return here. We have, for example, here, hello. For example, my first name is hello. Now the length is 5 divided by 2, which is 2. So I will take index number 2, 0, 1, 2, which is L, and will be saved here as a first character in the password. Because I am doing here concatenation. We can do this with a string here. For the first. Then I will take the character in the middle of the second word here, of the second name here. Okay, then I will take the last name and the age. So the password here is consist from the middle, the character, the character. Okay, it consists of a character in the first name and the character in the middle name, and will also contain the last name. We are here concatenating. احنا بنعمل joining مع بعض لأنه شايفين we have added and equal. And then we are adding here the age. So in that case, if I write it hello, L will be saved here. If I write it, for example, the word Ahmed, M will be saved in the M will be saved in the password here. So it will be L, then M. Then we will add or join the last name and the age. So the password will consist from of the middle character from the first name and the middle character from the mid name, and will contains also the last name and the age. So we are generating, finally we are generating our password here. Our password. Is this clear, guys?
Yeah, it's clear.
Yes, it's clear. Now, if you want then to encrypt it by adding some ASCII code or some number or any other formula to deal with the character here, it's okay. So this is how encryption happens. Actually, I like these topics. Now we are generating a password, then we can take the character again, because it is safe inside the password string, and do some formula for this character. Do some formula or calculation. So in that case, we will generate a complex password. Yes, now I am in task number 2. This is what we have to do here, a backward thinking, if you remember. Or in some courses, we are doing a reverse engineering. For example, you can see the screen or the form or the window, and based on the window in front of you, you can figure out what are the tables in the database used for this form. For instance, this is an advanced topic, but I want just to remind you by the backward thinking. Backward thinking.
دكتور عندي سؤال عن تاسك 1.
Yes.
الاوتبوت بالاخير يطلع جنب رموز كذا دائما تطلع ما ادري ايش هي.
What is the symbol? Can I see them? Maybe you have. Can you share the screen?
Okay.
I don't know what's this. Yes, share it. maybe it's the null. Show me the code, please. Show me the code. Who's with me now?
السلطان.
Okay. Share the code, please. Now you are trying here to do, and you are printing. Something here encrypted. Maybe the size here. Try just to make the size equal to, maybe to the string. And for example, if you have entered 5, make it here 5. For example, if you want to enter 6, make it 6. I think maybe it is related to something here. No, for the reverse one.
Okay.
Maybe, I am not sure. Just make it 5 and enter. Maybe the printed out value is the rubbish one. Maybe.
I'll try.
Yeah, check it. Okay, now we can. Now I will share my screen here. Okay, guys, is task 2 understood now? Clear?
والله انا معلق يا دكتور في النقطة الأخيرة حقت القسم 2 هذه ما فهمتها كويس.
في القسم 2 كويس. I will answer you. Now if the length here is we have hello. Sorry. I don't know. Let's suppose that we have hello. Hello كم length? How is the length of hello? Hello كم طول?
5.
5. Okay, I want to take the middle, right? 5 divided by 2 كم؟ بالماث 5 2 ونص صح؟ 2.5.
بس احسبها 2.
But because it is an integer division, it will return what? 2. صح؟ لأن راح ترجع لك 2 والباقي كذا. So now 0, we start in strings with 0, right? 0, 1, and 2. So the index of 2 in hello, which is, what is the character indexed by 2 in hello? H0 and E1 and L what? 2, right? H0, E1, L2. So the index of 2 is what? L. So I am returning here the character as a string in index number 2, صح? According to hello. So راح يتخزن في الباسورد for the word hello. Let's suppose the first name is hello. We will save here L. Okay. Then you will you will enter the middle name and the same idea will be applied. And then we will contact the last name and the age. واضح كده؟
ان شاء الله واضح. بس بعد جرب اطبق.
لا شوف الاندكس هو start from 0 ما تخربط. صح؟
صحيح.
الاندكس starting from كام؟ 0. فانت بدك تكتب له اول كاركتر بدك تعتبره 0، ثاني كاركتر 1، الثالث هو رقم 2. فهلو حجمها 5 divided by 2 كانتجر because if name.length بترجع integer. يعني ارجع refer to the slide and you will find that it returns integer. So integer by integer will return integer وخلي الباقي. Okay? And so
okay.
So hello will be 5 divided by 2, 2.5. No, I don't want that. I want to do القسمة الصحيحة الطويلة يعني تذكرها اللي فيها باقي. So it will be 2 reminder 1. So the value here returned is 2. So I will take according to the word hello the character in index number 2, which is the third one. And I will do the same for the middle name and the last name. Then I will concat them together. This is just like a password generator. Now I will go to create guess my favorite fruit game. Okay? It is again, the program should hold the favorite fruit as constant, for example, apple, then asking the player to guess what is the favorite fruit. So if he has entered apple, here, if we have entered apple, in that case, correct answer. As you can see here, he has entered orange, banana, apple. If he has entered apple here, the answer will be correct. Other than that, the program, and this is a good idea, will keep asking you. Will keep asking you. Think about this. I will give you in this more than, let's say, 20 minutes. يعني you will enter, you will first of all specify in the code, hard coded يعني, what is your favorite apple, fruit. For example, let's suppose that the user has entered apple here. Now the program will ask you, when you run the program, guess my favorite fruit. If you entered orange, this is wrong. The program will keep running and running and running until you enter the correct fruit, name. Okay, this is the idea behind task 3. So we have here, we need to use some of the functions that we have studied in our lecture. If you remember them, we have, I will not tell you this one, you will search for it and find the function for solving this task. Okay, go ahead now. I will give you in this 20 minutes. And if you have solved it, that would be, if you solve this, you can share the screen with us. Yes, I think Ziad. Yes, Ziad, do you have any question?
Yes, doctor. Actually, I want to ask you, should I write my name in Arabic or in English to avoid the mistake for attendance?
You are Ziad. Well, some of you write in Arabic, some of you write in English.
What's the better for you?
Myself is, I prefer to write it in Arabic, all of you. Okay? So that they will be sorted. When I open the class roster or the attendance sheet, I can see you, I can see all your names sorted. And please follow up with me. I am a human and I made mistakes sometimes because, as you know, comparing the screenshot with the names is somehow difficult. So just write them in Arabic and check up. If you told me that I am present, I will check my screenshot. If you are there, that's okay. Okay. So please write them in Arabic.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Ziad. Now, try now to solve task number 3 here. Inshallah, I will give you in this 20 minutes. Why 20 minutes? It's not difficult to check if the strings are equal or not, but I want you to think how to make this program keep running and keep asking you a question. This is the challenge, not checking the string. Checking the string, you can find the function inside the slide. You can find the function that check the strings and find if they are equal or not in the slide. Now you need to solve it in 2 ways. In C string and standard. Both ways, C string and standard string class. Okay, and the challenge, as I have mentioned here, we need to make sure that the program keep running and running until you reach or you write the correct answer. Now here, guys, task number 3. If you can see it now. Just I want to show you the comparison between string. Can you see the solution now? I am now in task number 3 solution. we have used include, C-string, and string. Here I have specified that my favorite fruit is apple. This is the key answer. If you can see here, this is why we have named the variable key, apple and apple here. And now we defined a buffer for filling the answer. Look at the differences actually here. Here we have defined char, array of character, and here we have defined array of character, and here we have defined the string. And here we have included the string library, and here we have included the C string library. Now, look, this is the do while that I am going to use here. Why I have used a do while? To keep entering the favorite fruit until so this do while will keep running until I enter the correct answer. So I have used here do while. Why I have used do while? Because you know the difference between do while and while is that do while at least will be run for one time. So here in this case, I will enter my value or my favorite fruit inside the buffer, and I will check. Now, if the comparison, as you can see here in the C string, I use strcmb. It refers to str compare. Now I am comparing the key, which is apple, with my value that I have entered using the keyboard. And I will keep running here. I will be inside my for loop while this condition is true. So here, sorry for this. Here, what I'm doing is comparing. So this function, if you remember, will return 0 if the value are equal in the same letters and in the same case, capital or small, I mean the same case. And if the first one is greater than one, it will return the value greater than 0, if you remember. And if the first one is less than the second one, it will return a value here greater. I will write it greater than 0. Here will return a value less than 0. If the first one is greater, we will return a value greater than 0. If the first one is less than, we will return a value less than 0. And if they are equal, in this case, the value will be here 0. So, why not 0? If they are not equal, I mean not 0, that means not equal. So maybe they are greater than each other or they are less than each other. They are not equal at all. Here, this one will return a true if the strings are not equal. If the strings are not equal, so we will return a true value. So I will keep running. If they are equal, it will return 0. Okay? So not 0, it will be 0. If they are equal, and the returned value will be false. So I will exit here. So this is the challenge using a do while here. So this is how should I keep running my program using do while statement and a flag or a condition here. Actually, this is what happened with real life system. If you look at the old system, for example, the system related to reserving maybe Galileo or any system used for booking or reserving tickets, if you look at the system, you might find it is an old system, and a black screen will show up in front of the user. So that he all the time he cannot use the mouse. He keeps enter number, so he will enter value while something or use the system while he does not exit the system. But if he used or enter, for example, number 5 for exiting the system, for example, press 5 to exit, he will press 5, then the system will, then the system or the program will be ended. Actually, this is what they are using in the code. They are using do while something. I will keep running my program until this flag become true. So all the main program or all the main functionality inside the system will be inside a do while, just do while statement. Okay. Don't forget that here for string we use key.compare. Okay, key.compare. Yes, no, I do not enforce you to either solve this problem by using C string or string, but myself, I prefer to use string. Now, if you are going to deal with a lot of strings, يعني character array of strings, for example, don't use C string, because in that case you are going to use two-dimension array. Two-dimension, if you remember, like this, if you remember the lecture, we have the string here, and we have the word here, the word, 1 word, 2 word, 3, and we have the character here. So we have two-dimension array, and it is somehow difficult to deal with. If you are going to use a lot of string, like array of string, it's better to use this one. As I mentioned here, this one is easier because it was invented in C++. Okay, but this one is used in C. Then it was migrated and moved to C++. This is my opinion. It's up to you. Now, if you just look at the function here inside C string and the function in the standard string, I think the standard one contains more. The standard library contains more function. Okay. So it's up to you. If this depends on the purpose or the problem. But myself, I prefer to use string. If I didn't ask you in the exam what way to use, you can use both. You can use any one you want. But if I ask you to use one way, so you have to use one way. Now, some of the question ask me why we are studying these together. Because it is you are a computer science. At least you must have an idea. If you saw a code using C string or a string, at least you should have an idea about this. Okay. This is my answer actually for you. Yes, 2 participants. I can't see the name. Ziyad, yes, Ziyad.
دكتور طلع لي compilation error ما ادري ليه مع انه مسك كل شيء نفس المكتوب.
Open the slide, please.
You mean I shared my screen?
Yes, share your screen. I will stop sharing now. What is the error actually?
Here you can see, right?
Not equal 0, and this is my fruit with C++. Will share. Ziyad?
Yes, doctor.
Yes, I have fixed the error now. I will show you. Just you make me now. Have I combine? Okay, now you copied and pasted the code from the PDF?
No, I write it by myself.
Are you sure? Because it is generated from copying, I think. Special character, maybe unseen special character have been there. So I have checked the special character using Ctrl-Shift-W in the word, then I have edited then again. So this is the compilation now. Maybe by chatting, I don't know. Maybe if you have copied it from a file, maybe you have copied some unseen special character. So be careful, yani, with this. This happens with all of us actually. Sometimes
So
if you
read.
sometimes if you copy the code from a Word or a PDF or any file, sometimes especially with the double quotes, they will be encoded, okay, or somehow they are not understood by the compiler, or there might be some simple characters that are not seen, okay, from when you write your if you copy and paste, there might be some special character in the file. This is what happened here. Actually, I remove the str compare and remove the include, and I keep the while and still see something wrong in the while here. So I have changed this, and I remove all the double quotes and write them by myself again, and remove the spaces and all of this. So be careful with this. Let me check. Maybe the space here was a problem. I don't know. I will just try to combine. No, it's not about the space. It is. This is heaven actually. If you, inshallah, work in the industrial field, you will find that you might copy something from XML file or HTML file into your queries, and there is a big, and there will be some encoded character, and your query will not be working. So this is actually happening. So this is the code. Just try to write it yourself, okay? Yani write it line by line. Don't copy anything, especially double quotes or anything from Word or PDF. So I will share it with you again, with all of you actually. Paste here, and I hope it's working for now. I hope there is no encrypted character, no encryption happen or while chatting during the chat. So try this. I have shared as you can see here, if you can see the screen, I have no compilation. What about now? I will go to the last task here. It's task number 4. It is about 2-dimensional array. We will not, and actually this example exists in other topic. And we will go to number 5. This is the solution for number 5 here. I will share now. I will share, inshallah. Now here we are checking the number of character, okay, inside a string. So first of all, we are reading the string, reading the character that we want to search for. Then we are using the get here. Okay, it's just any array, just like any array. Then we are doing our search process here. For I equals 0, while I equal 30, including assuming that the size is 30 of our string here. I prefer to be 50, like 50 here. However, it's okay, because we assume the developer did not enter a string more than 30 character, but it's supposed to be here 50. Then we are checking the letter. If it is equal, the entered letter, is it equal of any character inside this array, I will increase the counter by 1. After I exit the for loop here, now 4, we have here 4. If is related is following 4, and this statement only following if. So these three statements will be run as a one block here. After that, I printed the number of occurrences of the letter, which is the count. I will just scale here. Are you with me, guys, for the last for the task number 4? Task number 5, actually. Here we are checking the number of occurrences or appearance of how many times that this character appears inside a string. So we just write our for loop. I prefer to start from 0 to 40 to 45. Then I have compared the letter here with the array, and then I have found the counter here. So let's suppose that I want for quickly enter L, and I just try to write hello, and B here L-O here. We are comparing here what we are doing in our code. We are comparing L with first one. It is not equal, so I will not increase the counter by 1. Then I will check with E. It is not equal. Here they are equal. Then the counter will become 1. Then second time also I will find L here. The counter will become 2. And if for O they are not equal, so the counter, I will exit my for loop once I finish. Then I will print here the counter. Okay, if you want to enhance your program, you can use here strlen. انت تدخل في اللوب according to the length of the string عشان ما تعمل more iterations. strlen. Okay, if you want to enhance your code. And here you can write here, you will find the counter of the number of occurrences of any character inside a string. This is the solution. Okay, if you have used strlen, you need to use cstring. Don't forget that, because you are using function now inside this library. If you are going to use strlen, you have to use cstring. Okay, guys, is this clear?
Yes, Dixon.
Yes.
Oh, yes, that's good. We will stop until here. Now for task 4 and 6, they are these tasks for 2-dimensional array. If you want to look at them and try to solve them, that's okay. No problem with this. Inshallah, next lecture we'll start with 2-dimensional array, and for the 3 last lecture for week 14 we will have revision. Week 13 we will have problem solving, and for week 12 we will apply more example about strings and character as recommended from the previous instructor for this course. Inshallah, I will prepare more example about how to deal with the string and character. Okay, thank you all. Now just don't leave. I will take the attendance here.